Welcome back to another episode of Stuck in the System. We're going to introduce ourselves starting from Himonk.
I'm Himonk, I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, I'm a sophomore.
I'm Alex, I'm a sophomore.
I'm Nishi, I'm a sophomore.
I'm Tanmay Haldia, I'm a senior.
I'm Samitha, and I'm a sophomore.
And I feel that we shouldn't begin this podcast without, starting some goofy joke or anything without talking about what happened this morning. So April 11th, 2023, 2 students showed up to the front office. One had a loaded handgun. And I think that, there's a lot to, be talked about within this because obviously if they're showing up to the office, it's maybe less of, a school shooting type thing and more of, a wanting to get noticed for, this type of crazy behavior thing. I just wanted to know what your guys' thoughts on this were.
Scary.
I think it's pretty lame.
That too. I mean, it's just things have this have happened in the past before at Rickards, so I think it wasn't that surprising to hear about it. But in general, it's pretty scary to know, especially the fact that we didn't even know about it when it happened.
There's also just no point, right? If
Yeah, there was no point.
attention.
Yeah, I agree with Alex and Himonk.
wait.
It's definitely pretty lame.
It's just stupid. You can get attention in numerous other fashions. You don't need to bring a handgun to school.
Do you have thoughts, Sam?
I was going to ask Alex to expand, but I think Himonk kind of those were similar. Yeah.
Tiffany, you have any...
No, I was just confused of why you would bring a handgun to school but walk straight to the front office. But again, it might be for the attention.
No, but again, what kind of attention are you getting? You're just getting in
Yeah.
trouble. That's not.
Yeah, plus nobody even knows their names, so it's not even they're famous or anything. There's a series of news articles that I just wanted to talk about today. There's another one which is there was a teacher from Griffin Middle School in our county, and she was organizing a fight ring amongst her students, and I think that it's just really ironic because when you have a fight ring, the number one rule is obviously don't talk about the fight ring. But again, I feel lots of things are getting out of control to the point where we need to reevaluate the rules that are within our system. What do you guys think should change about the system so that these things stop happening?
Wait, I have a question though. What grade was that?
It was
Did
6th
it
graders.
specify? 6th grade?
6th graders?
Sixth
Crazy.
grade?
I think so.
That was it a sub?
Yeah, I think it was a sub.
A sub was trying to start a fight club between 6. Did you say it was tight, Alex?
Wait, what did he say?
He said it was tight. That's so tight.
You gotta speak up so the mic can hear you.
That's so tight. But
What is tight?
no, to really stop these
What does type mean in this context?
Ask him.
cool. Anyway,
Wait. Why do you think that it's cool to have a...
okay, so think about it in a hypothetical sense, right? You're a sub, right?
Okay.
You're a sub. These kids don't like each other, right?
What if they
And
do like
you're
each
gonna
other?
you're gonna make a solution. And you're gonna make a solution, right? So you bring them to the bathrooms, right? Right?
We're cutting out all of this, right?
No, we're keeping it.
And you're a substitute, right? So you size up the 6th graders to equal
Make a bracket.
heights, similar weights, right? And you let them slap box,
That's not good.
and that's what happened.
No, but it's just crazy that it's.
Yeah, no, wait. So, Alex, that's... Okay, I don't think we need to discuss why whatever he's saying is a little stupid. But in terms of,
Not everyone but Alex.
everyone but Alex. Alex will come into the episode later, I guess. Right now there's going to be, a big, big black box over you. So, what do you guys think is, like I said earlier, what do you guys think is the important course of action to be taken to prevent this type of thing?
Honestly, I've never really heard a situation like this happen
Yeah,
before where some
same.
starts a fight club
See,
between
the thing is,
students.
you can start it outside of school, sure.
Yeah.
No one
But,
really
why
cares.
Yeah, we could
It's
probably
illegal
start
anyway.
it off campus
Right.
and probably
But
be safer
the thing
from
is,
people finding
Regardless
out
of
about
whether
it.
it's illegal or not, if the point is to keep it silent, why would you do it in school?
Mhm.
It's gonna get out.
Well, okay, wait. So let me read what this article is saying. The title of the article is no screaming, no yelling, no phones. So, I mean, this teacher
Sounds like
was...
a book.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
like a book.
Honestly, if that was I feel like that would be the episode of an episode and some.
And it's
What?
it's a
So-
substitute teacher too, so it's not like they're normal teachers.
Do you think a kid who
doing,
lost snitched? Do you think a kid who lost the fight?
Well, it definitely wasn't a kid who won snitching.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think it was a sore loser?
I mean, like, what if they wanted to brag about it? If they won?
No, but here's my thing. Like, why are they doing it in the first place? Sorry.
Why are they?
Why-
Timmy, what's your solution?
Yeah.
My solution, honestly, I feel like, so, no offense to any of the teachers I've ever had, but I feel like Florida's system for seeing who should and shouldn't be a teacher, or even a substitute teacher, is not rigorous enough. I remember in 7th grade, my Spanish teacher, we looked him up one day. You can bleep that out. So we looked him up and we found out that he had previously been arrested for growing marijuana, which is a non-violent offense, of course.
That's cool.
Sure, it's cool, but like,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Wait, growing?
yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
Growing marijuana.
Wait, it's not marinara, Nishi. She just said growing marinara.
He also hit a lady in his car.
Nishi's,
I meant
just continued the...
Yeah, I don't know, but I've always felt that like,
So you're saying potheads can't have jobs?
no.
Wait, just continue. Alex, be quiet, please.
Okay, wait, so, 1 second, Aryan texted me.
Wait.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, you're off.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
All right.
No, keep it recorded.
Oh.
I'm just gonna cut this.
Maybe potheads shouldn't be responsible for our society's youth.
No, wait, but Tim, going off of like what you said about like teachers not being qualified enough, like I agree, but also like a lot of like restrictions were lifted off because of the teacher shortage. But on top of that, teachers are already paying for like a bachelor's degree for 4 years, and then actually a lot of them have master's degrees on top of that, and then they don't even get paid that much. So it's like I feel like the system in
think-
general is just not fair.
Definitely, like, where it starts is paying teachers more. Teachers are not paid enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a very, very big problem. And I think once you start teaching, like, paying teachers more, these small things start happening where it's like more people start wanting to go into the profession, so it becomes more competitive. And then you're able to choose the better candidates for the job. Like, I have had a lot of teachers who are really, really good at what they do, and they do care about teaching students. But I can't say that all of them have been that way.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like, again, like if you're really truly passionate about like going into teaching, no one's gonna like going into medicine. Like for example, a lot of people like they don't even have to be passionate about it if they're smart enough and they're like they want to make that much money, like they'll go into it. But like teaching isn't that. You have to like be like really interested in it and stuff. But like not everyone's gonna become a teacher because it's so easy.
It also takes out time from like outside of school. Like it's
Yeah.
not that you just work during school hours. Like I know a lot of teachers. I'm not gonna name names, but like they work a lot outside of school. Like obviously like. So those same teachers aren't teaching as well in school, in my opinion, but they're still taking time out of their
Yeah.
life after school to either grade papers or just do whatever to actually help the students. Again, I'm not saying it's like efficient in the classroom or whatever the case may be. It just obviously depends on the classroom, students, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just think it's like broken as a whole. I did want to provide a slight solution though to like safety in the classroom.
Let's see what
I don't know
Aryan
how
has to say.
unethical this is, but I don't know why they don't have security cameras in classrooms. I'm assuming it's some sort of like privacy issue.
It is a privacy.
But it could, well, I understand like bathrooms, but like a classroom,
like-
I don't really see what the harm in it is.
That's true.
There shouldn't be any illegal activity going on in the classroom anyway. But I'm just saying, and this is separated from gun violence, right? Like, obviously, a security camera is not going to do anything right now in the classroom if the gunman is outside.
Well,
That's
like for
different.
The fight club situation.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
the
would
fight
have been
club, like
helpful,
inside
yeah.
classroom safety, I think security cameras is a really good idea. Obviously, it's a lot of security cameras. You have to be monitoring all the time. Like, obviously, that becomes an issue. But, like, I think it's just, like, especially if there's just one person in the front office. Again, that's another person you have to pay. That's another person gets payroll, all that kind of stuff. So that is a whole other issue, right? But I'm just saying, like, at a surface level, I think that is somewhat of a solution.
Do we have sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Even without like people monitoring it, I think it's just like it's a thing that people would be aware of, like
Yeah.
in the classroom. That would.
I think there's
to an
security
extent.
cameras in our hallways, right?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
So-
wait.
And you're not doing anything in a classroom that's any different from like.
In the hallways,
hall.
like
Do
you
Do we
should,
have
I mean, you shouldn't.
like
be,
Yeah,
a person
exactly.
at the school who like consistently monitors the cameras we have on campus?
I doubt it, but I'm pretty sure someone probably has like the cameras
I know,
open.
but like I guess like that's
Someone
not
probably
like.
goes over the footage.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
if
but,
you
like,
report something,
in the
they'll,
moment,
like,
it's not gonna
open
do
the
much. You
cameras
just look
and
at
you
it.
can like roll back to whenever.
I think the general like solution for these types of things is that like they keep the footage for however long it is, like maybe like a month or a week or whatever after it happened, and then they just delete the footage.
Yeah.
So privacy becomes like not a concern after that period of time. So I think privacy is important, but safety is always more important than privacy.
Yeah.
So it's important to put I'd say that safety is the most important thing of like when you're sending your kid to school, and then it's education. And I feel like when a student is unsafe, they can't be educated either.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously, like I'm a whole man now. Like I'm 18, so like it's a little different now. Like, okay, that sounded crazy. But, like,
What do you want to do?
I'm just saying, like,
Point to your beard, Aryan.
No, I'm like, even though like I'm legally an adult, I still do like not every morning, but like sometimes in the morning, I'm like, what if something happens at school today?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like that can completely change anything.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the same thing with like you get in the car every day, you have a gamble, right? Of like maybe you could get into a car accident. It's not even your fault. Like someone else could hit you and change your life forever.
Exactly.
But like the fact that it's happening at a school, like that's insane.
Yeah.
And not even the fact that it's high school. It happens at elementary schools, middle schools. Like
The fact
it's
that
crazy that we have
kids-
that. Yeah.
There's a lot of preschools that are built into elementary schools too, so those kids of that age are also in danger constantly.
Yeah. I think we should talk about that.
About
The kid, the
6-year-old.
news
the
article said, yeah,
6-year-old.
the 6-year-old.
He was in class, and from what I think this article says, he was basically threatening his teacher, like, "Hey, I'll shoot you." And he does this a few more times. The teacher tries to like bring it. What are you laughing about? Are you?
No, you said, hey, I'm gonna shoot you like that. Sorry, continue. That's the way you worded it. It was just the way.
That's just how I imagined the
No,
kid
it's just
talking.
about like a 6-year-old going up to her teacher like way taller than, hey, I was shooting.
Yeah.
Well, it's not funny because this kid
I'm sorry.
shot the teacher.
No, I don't
not
find the
funny.
situation funny.
It's
Just to
not.
clarify,
It's
I
just-
just find
yeah.
Thunmay's execution of the information funny.
Same. Yeah.
But continue. Continue. Go ahead.
You're killing me, bro. Okay, so I think what happened in this article is that the kid was just threatening the teacher, and he ended up shooting the teacher. And the teacher was like, they tried to report this to the authorities. The authorities did nothing about it. What do you guys think about gun rights in general, like in America?
Wait, what do you mean by the authorities did nothing?
Like the authorities weren't like, oh, there's a kid with a gun.
Well, that's reasonable.
Well, no, this is before before the teacher got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's reasonable,
I was
though, right? Like, a 6-year-old with a gun is...
Well, no.
Wait,
Here's
are
the
you
thing.
saying, like,
So here's the
no?
thing. There were reports of, first of all, like he was just not being paid attention to at home. I'm pretty sure that's the main part of that article is that he wasn't being paid attention to at home. So that's the first thing, and the teacher reported that probably. But obviously, authorities can't really. You're right. Authorities can't really do anything about that. And then the kid brought the gun to school. First of all, we should talk about the fact that a 6-year-old is wielding a gun, which is insane, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also the fact, like, and I think the mother got charged with child neglect or something along those lines. So
I mean, by the sound of it, it does sound like child. was
Yeah,
molested. I just think, in terms of gun rights, I don't think that we should fully ban it, considering like how important the Second Amendment is to majority of America. I just wanted to say that like we should have so much more restriction than we do right now. Like recently, a bill got passed in Florida, right? A lot of people already know the permitless carry bill. Like that means in Florida we can carry around a gun. It's not concealed carry, without a permit, and it's not required to have training to carry around a gun. So I just personally think, like, in my personal opinion, if it was up to me, like only me, I would want like guns like to only be at home and maybe like in a like required to be in a safe, because I understand wanting to protect yourself in your own home, but outside of that, it should be like the police's responsibility or something like that. I just don't think it's like
The police's responsibility gets into a whole different like.
Yeah, that gets into a
it
different
should be-
topic,
I just
too.
feel like law enforcement in general is like complicated when it comes to this stuff too. But
Yeah.
I just yeah.
The different aspects to consider is not the issue with guns, but also just like the complete failure of parental care that was provided
Yeah.
for this child. Like,
Yeah.
a 6-year-old has the freedom to wield a gun. Like, okay, let's say that the parents have a gun, right? At least like keep it locked away, or not in
Yeah,
a place
that's
that's
what I'm
easily
saying.
accessible for this 6-year-old kid.
That's what I'm saying. We
The
should have some
larger
kind of,
concern
like-
is also what if the kid picks up the gun pointed at himself?
That reminds me of something that happened.
Oh yeah,
When we were in Nishi and I, when we were in 7th grade,
it was 6th grade.
6th grade, sorry, one of our elementary school friends committed suicide
He
by
killed
shooting
with a
himself,
gun. Yeah.
like with a gun. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, I don't
pretty.
really know. what
Did
to
they
say.
did they ever talk Like, did they ever
No.
say anything?
I mean, we
lost
after.
contact like after 5th grade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him. Like,
Yeah, and then we just heard one day in the bus, like, it was actually Christina who told us about it, and she was like, I'm sorry, because you're friends with him. But she like was like, oh, he shot himself in the head, and they're saying he committed suicide, and we're just like,
basically,
ignoring the fact
the
that-
topic is like, how are kids of that age
Yeah.
getting access to such like damaging things?
yeah, putting aside like his mental health, the fact that he was like had
Granted
the
access to a
opportunity
weapon.
to like actually do that to himself as a 6th grader was insane.
Yeah, so like Aryan was saying, like I'm also 18. I'm an adult, right? But I don't think that I represent the majority of like American adults in
Yeah.
that like the most dangerous thing I've ever held is like a laser tag gun.
Yeah.
And like I don't think that like people need like the average person needs or even should have the like ability to hold a gun.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anyone needs a gun. Like, I seriously, like, if we're taking complete extremes here, no one needs a gun. Like, that's what the police issues aside, right? Police, law enforcement issues aside, we really
It's the
don't
law
need guns,
enforcement's job.
right? It's the law enforcement's job, like Nishi said, to protect us. Now, obviously, like, if you live in the wilderness, that's different, right? Like, if you're on a farm and you're hunting or something like that, that's different. But I'm saying, like, in school setting, we're in Tallahassee. Like, why? What do we need a gun for?
We actually have very high crime rates.
No, but I'm saying, like, because people have such high access to guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in general, like, why would we need a gun? If no one else has a gun, why do I need a gun?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
what-
what I say to my parents. And my parents are like really big gun people, I guess. They just love shopping for guns, and I'm so confused as to why
No,
they need so
Wait,
many.
sorry.
You know, there are a lot of people that genuinely just enjoy buying guns. Like, they won't even use them. They won't even
Yeah,
use
like,
them.
What
They're
do
just
you
collecting
need?
Yeah, they're just collecting them. They like how they look. It's like a collector's item. Like, I collect toys, right? They're just,
But
it's
not
like a
even-
gun
Yeah,
is a
but
toy.
your
to them.
Funko Pops aren't gonna hurt a soul.
No, but I'm saying like a lot of people don't want them to hurt people. They just like, I don't know. It's like
No.
something they want to collect.
I mean,
Obviously that's different. I don't think they should be able to do that. I'm just saying that's like
I think they
the
can
appeal
collect
to some
fake
people.
ones. Because I know in some countries that have guns banned, like people collect fake
Yeah.
guns, which is like fine because that's not gonna actually
Like
do
people
any
collect
harm.
knives all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
collectors' knives,
I mean,
like all these
knives are
different.
still pretty dangerous,
No,
but,
I
like,
agree.
yeah,
But I'm just saying,
yeah.
like,
I mean, it's definitely less dangerous.
no,
than
it's
yeah,
less
yeah,
dangerous.
for
But I'm
sure.
just saying, like, and also like different types of guns. That's a different conversation as well. But I don't know. Like, I don't see the appeal to buy for anyone to have guns in general at all whatsoever. But some people do have different. Not everyone buys it with a malicious intent.
right.
But you can't account for that for everyone. So you might as well
Yeah.
just not give them to anyone, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've always thought that like, I don't know, basing your life off of or like basing like one of your core beliefs around the fact that like in a document 300, 400
Yeah.
years ago, something was written down in ink, that doesn't make sense to me because times are obviously very different then. Like one of the first few amendments is that a soldier can't come stay at your home.
Yeah.
I've never had that problem. I don't know about you guys. It's just not like
It's
this.
not a problem. It's not a relevant thing today.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, like the freedom of speech thing, that's very relevant.
Yeah.
Right? That's why we're able to have this podcast. But, some things should change over time.
I agree. And our constitution was made to be amended again. That's why we have amendments. So the fact that people are still holding on to something that was written so long ago to today's standards is like, I don't think it's...
I feel like more people that have guns, their availability to guns make people more scared. So then those people go buy
Yeah.
guns for
Yeah.
self-defense.
That's
Which means just more and more guns.
More and more guns.
That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like some people buy them with like as a form of like security in their own house. But again, if no one had guns, then that wouldn't be an
need that.
issue.
Yeah.
But like also like I personally would never buy a gun, but I think if I'm thinking from the perspective like in today's society like if law enforcement isn't perfect. So considering the fact that it isn't perfect and that people would genuinely like do feel unsafe, I can understand someone's perspective of wanting to be able to protect themselves at home with a gun. So, but I'm saying that like if we're taking it if we're comparing it to today's policies though in terms of guns, it's literally so easy to go and get a gun and keep one. There's like the training is so much more simpler than like other countries and stuff. We're literally like one of the only like biggest countries that allow guns in our country, other than like what Saudi Arabia and like I don't know if I'm like right, but like I don't think they're like the right like I don't. You know.
I mean, I think we're already at a point where I think we're already too far into it. Where
Yeah.
even if we like best
Even if you
comes to
say that
best-
no one can buy a gun anymore, so
there's
many
so
people
many
already
guns
own
out
guns.
there, right? So even if you're going to confiscate guns, people are just gonna like hide it, store it, illegally trade it later. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a very
Just ban ammunition.
Oh.
Just ban ammunition.
That's
But people
interesting.
could illegally. Like,
I think you
put-
could. I think you
So
could
the
make.
thing about-
I feel like you could
clay bullets
manufacture,
and then like
yeah.
put them in like the kiln or whatever.
I think
and-
anything coming out of a like the thing is the gun itself is already so
the gun
powerful.
is the dangerous part, right? If you have ammunition and there's no guns, like what are you gonna do? Throw them at people? Like
They hurt.
That- that's
And
what
you
that's
can't
what they do in like
You
John
can't
Hammers.
exactly
Really?
like.
Yeah.
Well, no, and here's
Like
the
once he's
thing.
out of ammo and he's like, he'll just throw it out.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's no better than like a rock or a pebble.
No, I agree. I agree.
I mean, even without like no guns, people are still gonna like be able to hurt others with the ammunition. That's how Shinzo Abe died. Someone made a homemade gun with and put ammunition inside of it.
Well, I mean, the fact
Shinzo Abe was the prime minister of
Minister
Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
the fact of the matter is that there's gonna be guns out there still, right? No matter what you do, there's gonna be guns out there now.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is. Now maybe if we made this change
Yeah.
a long time ago, then that wouldn't be the case. But
They can't force
literally just, like-
it from people,
Yeah.
can they?
People
Yeah.
are going to find a way around everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I also would not find it that difficult. Like, it wouldn't be like if I was a gun owner, right? And they were like, "We're confiscating everyone's guns." Oh, I threw mine out like 2 weeks ago. I don't have my gun anymore. Like, I sold it back to the shop. Like, I don't have a gun. And
Don't
it's
you
just like
need to
under my
prove
bed or
that?
something.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could so easily hide the fact that
That's
you
true.
have a gun.
Like, but I'm saying in terms of like anything more strict, they still would be
Yeah.
able to. Like,
Well, yeah. So I think the first step. I mean, like obviously worrying about taking away guns from people who already own guns. That's like a much more cumbersome task than like just
Yeah.
not selling the guns in the first
Yeah.
place, right? So I feel like that's where it starts, and then we could like look at other things like that. But for now, right? It's like I don't think that it's that difficult to like stop selling the guns.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the reason why this hasn't been done in so long, right? Like I think in Australia or New Zealand or something, there was a shooting. They immediately like stopped selling guns
Yeah.
to normal citizens. The reason is because of lobbyists, right? So a bunch of lobbyists are paying congressmen, congresswomen, to support what they believe in, right? And what do you guys think about like lobbying in general?
I mean, I think it's like I don't think it's fine, but I think like in the case of the thing in Australia and then them paying like, you know what I mean? So like,
But that's illegal.
well, no, well, here's the thing: is like it.
Wait, what lobbying?
No. Like paying Congress, because couldn't that be? Isn't that considered bribery?
It's not.
No,
It's
it's
not.
what
No,
lobbying
they
is.
consider it a donation.
Wait.
So if like let's say I am some type of gun company. I don't know any gun companies because I don't own
NRA.
guns. Huh?
The NRA.
Oh yeah, sure. The National
Rifle Association.
That's a weird name for an association, right?
Sure, Dante. Yeah.
I'm part of the Florida Association of Math. All right, sorry, Brandley. All right, yeah. So the National Rifle Association, they approach a senator, right? They say, "Hey, we're gonna donate you $500,000." And being a senator, it's not like when you're running your campaigns. That's an expensive thing to do. Of course, they do make a lot of money, but they don't want to be spending that money on becoming the same position that they already
Yeah.
have. So now this senator, now they're presented with a choice of voting in favor of guns or voting against guns, and they're going to vote in favor of guns so that they can get the same donation the next time that the NRA comes around, right? So this creates this problem of you're not bribing the person to do what you say, but they're going to start doing what you believe in rather than and of course the government exists so that the people are represented. When you're not representing your people and you're representing
A lobbyist.
a lobbyist or a different corporation, I think that that's where government goes wrong.
But here's the thing. I don't think lobbying, like, as a whole is necessarily a bad thing. Recently, I got the opportunity to meet, like, the former Senate president, and he's a lobbyist now, right? It doesn't, whatever his views are, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, and from like, he was explaining his role as a lobbyist, and I would say in situations where, like, a corporation or a group of activists or a group of people in general who are trying to fight for their rights, having someone more well-versed in policy going up there and speaking for that group of people I feel like in that situation that's valid, but I just think the money part is a little iffy for
It does
lobbying.
allow-
I was not aware that like lobbyists could pay.
Well, I mean, this is like a very real thing that happens.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Wait, I didn't really understand what you said, honestly.
I was saying that like.
No, but like what is like the good that can come out of lobbying?
I think that like being able to represent like those people who are trying to have a voice in like okay, so like when a bill is being presented, these group of people who don't agree with like what the bill is trying to say, and like they need like someone to speak for them, I guess, and represent like, oh, this huge group of people, having a lot like that is a lobbyist. Like a person going up there and speaking for all of them is considered a lobbyist. So I think in that case lobbying is good because they're representing that group of people who want something to be done or something to not go through or something to go through in general. So I think in that case lobbying is good. I just was not aware that there was a money portion of it. I didn't know much about lobbying.
It
until recently,
indirectly
so-
like allows for the government's purpose to be carried out. Like as you said, the government exists to serve the people.
the people's purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
It exists to serve the people. So if we have lobbyists that are actively, voicing their people's or their community's interests or, wishes to the members of government in order to make a change, then that's not necessarily a
Like
bad thing.
representatives, House representatives, senators, like government people in general, like they can't represent everyone like that of their district
And
or
so
whatever.
lobbyists
The
make
thing
up
is,
the
though,
rest.
Yeah.
the thing is that when you say representing their people's interests, I don't think that they're doing that. I think that they're representing money. They're representing what will give their corporation or
I think
association.
that's circumstantial though.
Yeah, but I don't think. Alex, you want to talk?
Yes. Okay. So when it
Here,
comes to,
get back in frame.
when it comes to lobbying in general, a lot of them.
Look at the
are-
camera. Who are you looking
A
at?
lot of them are just corporations or just organizations in general with a agenda to spread, right? One of these is Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is a private health company, right? They spent $25 million last year lobbying to these Senate and Congress people to not nationalize healthcare. And $25 million sounds like a lot. It's not. The NRA spends around like hundreds of millions to even maybe like $1 billion per year to ensure that guns are allowed and even spread more across people. The people who take lobbyist money at this point is only working against the people because of so many of these organizations who make so much money against people suffering.
Thank you.
Against
That was a
or
very well
with-
informed
I mean,
take,
for
Alex.
people
with
suffering.
people's
Yeah, with people
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching this far. Honestly, this obviously isn't our regular podcast. Normally we joke around a lot more and we talk about guns a lot less. But we do want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions, especially actually if they're not agreeing with ours. So feel free to like tell us what you think in the comments, and we'll try to get back to you. Yeah. See you on the next episode.